Good evening, everyone, and dear jury members. Thank you for joining on Saturday evening. This is Maharajan, and it's a pleasure to be your host for next couple of hours. The Institute of Product Leadership proudly welcomes you all for Skillathon in Agile Product Management by the cohort of Product Management Certification Program. Our participants will present their innovative solutions, and our esteemed juries will evaluate them on key parameters. As Skillathon Go, it promises to be an evening filled with you know, the excitement and thrill and challenges of skill demonstrations. And this is an event where top shortlisted participants from our cohort will present their hands-on projects, portfolio towards assurance of skills to demonstrate in agile product management context, which is user persona, problem statements, product vision that has four elements such as target customer, need, category, and benefit. How how well the product value solution is explained, and business model canvas that has all the elements such as segments, characteristics, purchase journey, and pricing, financial KPIs, parameters, intellectual property, and and concerns. And lastly, they will also showcase and demonstrate the story map and MVP. Before we get started, I'd like to thank audience and juries for joining us on Saturday evening. And today's session is going to be exciting and definitely some great learning takeaways. The cohort will also walk the talk of IPL mantra, which is learning by doing. The audience will not just witness it live, but will also get a chance to vote, choose the winner. I'll get to that in a bit, right? So let me begin this session by giving you an insight on what is Skillathon and why I feel emphasize on Skillathon being the real test of skills. The Skillathon is an event where top performing learners from the cohorts who demonstrate their understanding of skills and application of the same in context of real world product ideas as part of their learning journey, and to an industry experts and to the other learners. At IPL, we replace Skillathon with examinations. We replace examinations with Skillathon and studying by learning by doing. And the institute strongly believes that real test of skills is by doing and demonstrating your idea to live audience and the industry experts. So moving on to the next, a quick walkthrough about the product management certification programs. Our programs are globally recognized programs. It has a real assurance of skills versus knowledge, focused on career transition and career acceleration, and we have a very strong philosophy which is learning by doing. Right? Okay. So we have three special people today. So let me give a quick introduction about the juries for today. A very warm welcome, juries. Thank you for taking time and joining for today's Skillathon. First off, we have Giridhar Shankar sir, who's a Director of Product Management at Apptio, an IBM company. Welcome, sir. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Great. Sir, we would like to hear a quick, small introduction about you.
So wonderful. Folks, I've been in the industry for like 3 decades. I'm happy to say 2012 was when I did my product management certification. Uh, Pinkesh was the first one who actually taught us in a hotel uh, boardroom that we had booked. And since then, it has been a wonderful journey. It's been like 15 years since I got into product management, moving from engineering. So happy to see from where it started and how this institute has contributed towards the growth, and a number of students like you have benefited. And then I wish you all the best if you're making a successful career transition. Nothing can beat this in terms of real industry experience. Get you access to the tools, processes, access to the faculty and industry practitioners. That's been great. It's a demand supply graph, I would say. How much you can absorb, how much you can consume, completely it's left to you. but the opportunity itself creates an enormity from every individual participant's perspective. Take this, grab this with both hands, make this as a stepping stone of your success, and wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, next up we have Dushyanth sir, who's an assistant director of product management at ENY. Hello, sir. Welcome.
Hey guys, uh, good evening everyone. So my name is Dushyanth. First of all, I would like to congratulate and wish good luck for all the presenters today. Uh, if I would talk about myself, I started as a quality engineer at Tesco and then slowly, gradually moved up to become a product manager. It's been 9 years in the industry, and my latest stint is with UI. I'm currently handling the ESG and fintech products. Being into web interface applications, mobile applications, I've dealt with everything end to end. So that's my journey in product management. Yeah.
Welcome, sir. Looking
Thank
forward.
you.
Right. Great.
Yeah.
And we'll
Yeah.
move to the final person, Kumar Mayank, sir, who's a
Everyone,
senior product manager at Tata Communication. Welcome, sir.
thanks, Marajan. Hey, everyone, good evening. Excited to see what is there on the plate, and it takes courage to present with whatever research you have done. Don't feel afraid to speak out loud of what is in your mind. It is when you start presenting and get this validation by industry experts that's where you start to learn. I started myself as a solution architect, and during the course of this learning, talking to different people from the product management, you'll get to know the grammar and the language what we need to talk about. So you will be there. Feel confident, whatever you have mind, and excited to hear the presentation.
Super. Awesome. Okay. Thank you. Thank you all juries. Thank you for your very short and crisp introduction. We'll get started. Before that, we will see the quick guidelines for today, right? So here are the quick guidelines. As given, it will be 10 minutes presentation with 5 minutes of feedback by jury only. Our jury can ask questions on to the participants after the presentations, and the score given by the jury will be on spot, allowed after the presentation. Everybody gets to vote. Please note, jury score has the higher weightage, right? And to the participants, I have a timer with me. So your presentation time is going to be 10 minutes, and seventh minute, I'll give a gentle reminder, and 10th minute is going to be a hard stop. In case if you have any more thing to convey or say, you can take additional 30 seconds and summarize it. Right? Any questions? Clear? Cool. Okay, we'll start with the first team. So it's going to be Shalini S and Vanitha Narayanaswamy. Hi Shalini, hi Vanitha. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Maharajan.
Great. So who is presenting Shalini?
I'll Shalini will be, yeah.
You're presenting. Okay. Yes, you can go ahead. Yeah, it is presented.
Okay.
Yeah, your
Great.
time starts now. All the best.
Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, I'm Vanitha Narayanaswamy. I come with 18 years of experience in storage domain, and I have worked in various roles, right from support engineer to shift lead, and currently I'm managing storage infrastructure for a client at Dell Technologies. That's about me. Over to my friend Shalini.
Thank you, Vanita. Hi, Shalini this side. And I'm based out of Chennai, and I have about more than 7 years of experience coordinating projects, exclusively handling tech projects from last 4 years. I am working with an organization called as IntelliHealth, which facilitates telemedicine services. It's a Tech for Impact organization. Vanita?
Yeah, thank you, Shalini. So here, let's begin and dive into our project solution that we have brought. That's the Bookworm. It's the library at your doorsteps and on your screen. So yeah, next slide. This is the problem statement. So access to the books is limited nowadays by high costs, lack of space, and few nearby libraries. As we can see, the libraries are literally they are in the verge of dying, and the new readers struggle to build habits due to unaffordable and inconvenient options. There is a need for hybrid platform that offers physical and digital reading, encourages community sharing, and promotes sustainable access. And the product vision is for the book lovers and the community readers who enjoy borrowing, sharing, and discovering book. Our application is a hybrid book sharing platform that connects users to borrow physical and digital books within trusted local networks, and while tracking reading habits and preferences. So if I'm a vivid reader and who has a huge chunk of books sitting in the corner and eating the dust, so I can as well lend the books and earn some credit. So welcome to our world of bookworm. Yeah, next slide. And our objective is to build a hybrid book platform that combines physical book borrowing with digital reading, and it makes the access affordable by offering the low costs ebook and physical book uh, by subscription basis. And also we foster to the community by sharing and the peer networks. And we break the access barriers by providing doorstep delivery and instant digital options. Yeah, Shalini, next slide. So this is our target audience. Target audience ranges from avid readers to digital readers, aspiring readers, and eco-conscious users who are willing to lend their books, and the community groups and of the book club. Yes, Shalini, next slide. And these are the different personas that we are targeting, right? For the readers, we have right from the college kids to the parents to the avid readers. And we have the collaborators who would like to lend their books and the librarians. And we would have a super admin who is going to manage our application. And for now, we have thought of outsourcing the delivery partners. Yeah, next slide, please. So this is the minimum viable product for our project. For the reader subscribers, you will be able to browse and search books, be it digital and physical. They'll be able to borrow book instantly if it is an ebook, or request for a deliver of a physical book, and they can save the books to the wish list. And we have the parental control for child safety, and you can rate and review the books. You can do a live tracking, and there is a payment channel for subscriptions. For a collaborator and the librarians, we can add books available for lending, and you can also accept and reject the book requests that come in. They can track the books that are lended, and they can manage the user feedback, and they can see the credits earned. As a super admin, they'll be able to use a management. They can create, approve, block, or report users, and they can have the access to the inventory dashboard, and they can do many analytics such as usage stats, lending frequency, and they can also flag inappropriate content and do a support inquiry. And they can edit and add books to the list. They can track the delivery partners, and they have the admin payment dashboard access as well. For the delivery partners, if there is a delivery request, they can assign a delivery partner to it for the book delivery, and they can expose the tracking link to the user. Yeah, next slide, please. This is the product roadmap that we have put across for 3 years, across the 4 quarters. So initial first year would be the discovery, wherein we are going to do the users research, persona creation, and then experience design, where we are going to create the wireframe, UCD canvas, validate the early testers, and then the prototype and partner onboarding, where we're going to build a no-code prototype, identify delivery and payment options, and then finalize the MVP scope. Year 2, we are going to build and release MVP with payment and delivery integrations, which includes MVP build core modules, experience design, and we're going to have a beta testing for user feedback loop, and we're going to do an MVP launch. Year 3, we are going to deeper the engagement and operational scale and monetization with reader experience, collaboration, admin operations, monetization, and growth. Over to you, Shalini, for further proceeding.
Thank you. Thank you. So the agile team that we foresee to set up is having a product owner And under the product owner, there's a Scrum Master who will be leading the Scrum calls. The product owner and the Scrum Master might have or will have some interactions with the external delivery partner. In the Scrum team, we will be having a front-end developer, back-end developer, a UI UX for wireframe, QA for testing, DevOps for server management, and data lead to analyze the data and to create some dashboards. So just giving you a brief view of our product before we move further. This is just a basic feel of how our app would look like. This is the login screen. And then once you log in and get in, you will be able to explore the books. You can also explore it through journals. This is how it would look like. And you can also set up your profile. Our backlog prioritization would be charted something like this, which is doing it now, doing it next, and doing it when the time is available, and not do it at all, owing to the high efforts it might need. So some of this will be discussed in the next few slides. Do it now will include user onboarding via email
Email
or
last 3
mobile.
minutes.
Yeah, preference selection, profile creation, basic UI, UX design, book catalog, ebook reader integration, chat support, notification, feedback. And do it next would be like having to engage with the delivery partner, subscription model setup, book availability checker, integration with local libraries, payment gateway setup. Some of the other features would be to enhance the UI like light and dark mode, downloading the summary reports, community reviews, etc. This is just an example of how we want to break down the user stories. As you know, we have different personas, and our key persona is the reader or the subscriber who would log in and come and browse and search for the books. That is, as a reader, I want to browse and search for the books so I can quickly find the books I want to read. We have also tried to show our knowledge with evaluating these user stories using Invest. That is, this particular user story is independent, it delivers a clear value, and it is a testable. So description for ready is, it has a defined acceptance criteria and a catalog API ready. So description of done is the search feature being tested and it is integrated with the UI. Similarly, we have few other user stories such as I want to borrow ebooks instantly and request delivery for physical ebooks so I can start reading without delay. And the next one is as a parent who wants to encourage reading habits in children, they would want to set up a parental control to enable the child to access only age-appropriate content. And of course, the most important thing is to make a subscription and make pay-per-use payments online. Some of the other user stories are like for the collaborator who wants to lend the book, which is a USP of a project, lend books which is rotting in their house, and borrow and delivery. As a delivery partner, he would like to provide the tracking links, which we will expose it in our application. As a super admin, who would like to manage all the users and the content and subscription. So this is how our Jira board would look like. We have clear epics, and under epics, we have stories, and each story will have a few tasks. We are right now assuming one sprint of 7 days, and each of the epic probably would require one sprint. That is, the first epic is user registration and login. As a user, I want to register my email so I can create an account. And there are 3 defined tasks, that is design the registration form, develop API for user registration, integrating front end with backend API, and writing test cases to test just the story alone. So similarly, we have few epics created like book catalog, borrowing and delivery workflow, subscription, and payment management. Our key recommendations would be
Team, sorry to interrupt. Our time is up. Maybe you can take additional 30 seconds and someone else.
It's done. Yeah, so our recommendation or our plan is to pilot this program with just 50 users in 1 or 2 cities, and then implement MVP features alone, just user registration, able to search books, add to the cart, either read online or having it delivered to their house, and making the payment. This is all we are looking at for the MVP from the reader's perspective, and similarly 1 or 2 features from the collaborator and the partner who we will engage as our delivery partner and use agile sprints, and then partner with 2 or 3 local libraries to have physical book stock. And some of the ask would be to increase the staff, probably a little bit of funding to start off, and partnerships with local libraries and the stakeholder approval for the MVP scope and timeline. That's all from us. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, team.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, first off, now we'll move to the jury's feedback. Okay, we'll start with Kumar sir. Your questions and feedback.
Yeah, firstly, I think great presentation and segregating the persona and mapping the persona with the user pain point and the solution. So I have just 2 questions to ask. How similar or how different this is from Kindle or Audible, which serves the same pain point, but through their website of giving the audiobooks? That is question number 1. Second is, let's say if the physical book is not returned or damaged, how are you basically tracking? Are you charging fees to it? Are you blocking the user who is damaging the book? So just wanted to know your thoughts on these 2 questions.
Yes, Mayank, thank you for the query. So how we are trying to approach and how our solution we feel is different is Kindle, and yeah, of course we have a very great solution from Kindle. So, but if you see the market, it's either you have to go to a library or you have to purchase a book if you want to read a physical books. Me being a reader, I like to read physical books instead of ebooks. So here we are going to deliver both ebooks and the physical book delivery in one application for the ease of user management, ease for the users to manage. So that's how we stand out in the market. That's our take on it. And
Yeah, just to
Shalini.
add on first point, we have in fact, like you said, Kindle is just for digital reading. And our thing is that we want to deliver both physical delivery and digital reading experience. In fact, we have done a user survey and we have got responses from about 145 people saying that although both digital reading and physical delivery is something that is, I mean, both are willing in equal percentages, there's a tiny bit of edge towards physical delivery. So we still consider that physical delivery has a little more scope than the digital reading option. So that is why our app will have both options. Although we have got some comments that initially it's too much to take up both the activities, but I think as an MVP, we should have both the options. Maybe we'll try to even convert the digital readers to our physical book reading community. This is our plan. Yeah, Vanita, about the second question, please.
About the second question, like we are going to use the subscription model. So already users is going to, as per the survey, they are ready to pay the subscription fees up to 200 rupees. Okay, that's what we have got through the interviews and the surveys that we have rolled out. And yeah, so there would be a late fees in case like there will be a leverage, but there would be a late fees to compensate because we are going to also have someone lend their books, right? So we need to take care of them. So there would be a late fees involved in it.
Okay, so that is included in the pricing
Yes.
subscription fee itself.
Yeah.
And what if the user doesn't return the book? Any way to track it?
There would be tracking involved because we are going to have the user onboarding with all his address and, of course, all the details of the users.
Okay. So that means in your user story, one of the things that you need to consider is the onboarding platform to do the registration and then create that funnel to lend the book. That's what I understand, right?
Yes. So there is an onboarding, but yeah, due to time constraint, we didn't add that slide here. So we do have user onboarding here.
No, this is perfect. That is an idea. I'm fine. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you, Mayank.
Having said that, I still do believe that there could be some percentage of people who would tamper books, who would not return books. So we probably will find a way through when we actually start delivering or executing this project. So your question is fully valid. Thank you so much for that.
No problem. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayank sir. Thank you for the feedback. And Dushyanth sir, your questions and feedback.
Yeah. First of all, great presentation, Shalini and Vanita. So I would just want to know that how did you validate your idea? Did you guys run some customer exploratory interviews, or like what was the thought process behind this idea? That is one. That is the first question. And second question, I'm just wondering, why do you guys need 1 year to just to build the foundation for this application? Like if your roadmap says that your first year is only about discovery and not building it, I think it doesn't uh, cut the math, right? So MVP is you build faster, you put it in the market, you test it, and you get the feedback, and then you iterate it, right? That's what the agile process is about. So if you're just on the first year, just building the foundation and discovery phase, how did you guys plan out the roadmap? These are my two questions.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just starting to say that this 1 year we want to do, I mean, we want to take some time and do a in-depth research because we have got mixed reviews from our mentors saying that taking both of them would not be a good idea. At the same time, we have had mentors who are saying that don't just have one because you will cut out on that big chunk of users. So we wanted to take time in doing research, then get although we have something right now, we want to refine it. Maybe 1 year is a little too much, like you say, but we still want to keep some time in our hand, make sure the delivery, because this is quite new to us. We are engaging external delivery partner, and we are having individual lenders who will be lending to our platform. So therefore, we want to make sure that the process is quite robust enough before we get into the development. Maybe 1 year is a little too much, but we can be flexible on that. And about your second question, what was our base to this? We have done a baseline to understand what is the current habit, and it looks like they read about 1-2 books in a week, and usually they buy books from bookstore or Amazon, and then there are good number of responses. There are about 145 people responding to these questions, and so this is like a good baseline for us to start off. They have also mentioned their preferences, and you can see that the question, would you be interested in subscribing to an online delivery that delivers physical books to your home? They say 47% of them say yes, and about and to say 1 second. Would you be interested in an online library that offers digital reading options? And there are about 44%, which is slightly lesser than our audience who wants our subscribers who wants the books delivered to their doorstep. We have done this, and we have also understood that they are ready to lend about less than 200 rupees for the subscription. We have to see how feasible this is going to be to run a platform like this. Also,
sorry to cut you off. Like, how did you find your users? Like, did you have some kind of database, or do you run some customer interviews? Or like, how do you get the data?
We ran a Google form survey.
Okay, Google.
And we sent it to all our WhatsApp groups and links randomly.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Surely. And we did some qualitative survey also, but it needs a refinement further.
Okay. Great.
Thank you so
Dushyanth
much.
sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Finally, we'll move to Giridhar sir. Your questions and feedback. Sir, I think you're on
You're
mute.
on mute.
Sorry, a good presentation. So definitely you presented well. Only thing I would flip is you brought up data points only to answer questions. But your whole presentation should be driven by data points. Please make that a habit. Any PM, when it look like you're presenting user stories, don't limit yourself to thinking of a product owner. You should put your shoes as a product manager. You should know your users, numbers, the quantitative analysis that you did. Maybe you did it. The sampling size was 145. That's okay. But you should be presenting and you should tie your MVP and everything that else you presented based on the data points you collected. There is nothing that can beat data points that you have. You already have, but you're not presenting. I was amazed. Why is that so? Anyway, I don't have questions on what you presented, but I want to make you think. Maybe two questions. If you were to turn this, I'm assuming this is a B2C model. It's a business to consumer model. That's what you assumed and presented. If you were to flip this to a B2B to C, like onboard companies would like to onboard their employees. What are the two additional personas you would consider?
Yes, Giridhar. Thanks for your valuable inputs. So right now, what we are considering is the librarians or the schools and the colleges. We can interact with them for lending their books, and then we will get the users to read their books. So it's going to be like B2B to C. I think.
Yeah, and I think what I understand is what are the additional personas if you do not want to directly have the readers onboarded, but you want to go through some middleman like the companies in between, like let's say, for example, schools in between. Because okay, then I don't know if we have to then deboard one persona like a reader persona, because that then becomes like a school's ownership to deliver books. But I maybe onboarding these organizations, onboarding schools, onboarding the book clubs, maybe that is one. I cannot think of another one, sorry, at this moment. Maybe if I think through,
No,
I'll put it up
think through.
in the.
Yeah, that's for
I'll
you
put it
to
up.
think through. Again, there's nothing like an answer that you can just pull out from your magic hat, but it makes you think. Now, that's one. Second, you didn't talk anything about your business model, even for what you presented. Who is the payer and why would they pay? Have you done the willingness to pay checks?
So if you could just repeat, I think I lost you
You
for
didn't
a
talk
minute.
much about your business model. What are the revenue streams for this platform?
I can still not hear you. So
Am I not audible?
yes. Yeah, right now you are. Yes.
Okay, now my question is about the business model, the revenue streams, and the willingness to pay check. If you can talk through, have you come out with any such thoughts? Simple. I correlate to one of the questions that I think Kumar or Dushyanth asked. You said it takes 1 year. If there is a funding that's needed, and you were to quit both your jobs and develop this as an offering, release this in the market, would you do that full time?
Yes, actually, that's the plan. That's the reason we are doing the research. Yeah, as we suggested, we need to think about it, and we will put more our heads into this thought, and we are going to come up with more details.
Sure. You need to have a business model worked on in your mind and then come to features, right? So my feedback generally, you focus too heavily into features. You directly dived into personas and features, but it should be driven by business need. So that should come out somewhere. Maybe touch upon it. That's okay. With 10 minutes given, that should be covered. Why are you doing? Is there a willingness to pay? Some of those aspects should come out. No clear financial KPIs and no clear, I would say, North Star metrics. How would you measure yourselves? What are your success factors? North Star metrics, what we call. That didn't come out very clearly. if you have an answer, you can say, is it number of users, number of books borrowed per month, number of, amount of revenue? What would be a North Star metric? Tell me one North Star metric which is important for you. How would you measure the success of this platform?
It would be the number of subscriptions that would come. So that would be our major income source. Subscriptions. So monthly they're going to pay this much. So which I told you right now users are ready to pay up to 200 rupees.
Sure. I appreciate your thoughts. Anyway, this was more to, make sure you're creative as well as the logical part of the brains, get good flowing. You need to refine this, but always keep this in mind. Having the right foundational model will help you decide, is that the right thing to do? And how do you measure the success is very important wherever you go.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you, Giridhar. Thank you. It's like today, really, you have opened our eyes to, the things that we haven't got till now. And so we'll have a lot of work to do. Thank you.
Welcome. Back to you, Maharajan.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you, team. Okay, now we'll move to the scores now. We'll start with Dushyanth, sir, your scores for the team out of 5.
Yeah, Maharaj, it's out of 5, right?
Yep.
I would say 2.5.
Okay. Mayank, sir, your scores out of 5 for the team. Sir, you're on mute.
Yeah, I'll rate 2 overall.
Okay, thank you. Giridhar, sir.
Yeah, so for all the effort that you put in, though you focused heavily on the engineering stories and story planning, I would still give that benefit, give you 3.5.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, next up, we'll move to the audience poll now. Just give me a second. Audience, please grab your phone and scan this QR code and cast your votes for the team 1, Shalini and Pranita. You have 20 seconds from now. Your time starts now. All right, we'll see the audience poll for the team now. Okay, it's the audience poll. Thank you, team. All the best for you. We'll move to the next team now. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Good job, Shalini and Vanita.
Okay, next up, we have team 2 now, which is Kiran Shetty and Arun. You guys ready?
Raja, I think our team is 3.
Yours is team 2, actually.
Okay. In the email, it was 3.
No, it's team 2.
No problem. Yeah. Ready to share.
Ready? Okay, who is presenting?
I'm presenting.
Okay, just give me a second. Yeah, Arun, you can get started.
Is it enabled?
Yes.
Yeah. It's enabled. Is my screen visible?
Yes,
my
it is
screen visible?
presented. It is presented. So your time starts now. All the best.
Thank you. Very good evening to the jury and all my dear friends present here. Today, I, Arunanko, and my friend Kiran are going to give our Skillathon presentation on Agile. And the name of our product is iCook, which is a smart cook recipe register and as well as a customized food delivery option. I currently work with HP Aruba Networks, and I'm a part of SaaS tool development for incident, asset, and query management. On to you, Kiran.
Thank you, Arunako. So, good evening, everyone. To begin with, let me start with the code. That's what I do. Responding to change over following a plan. That's from the Agile Manifesto, which I picked up. So, today, in a world where users and market evolve quickly, Agile isn't a buzzword, it's a survival skill. That mindset shaped our products. My name is Kiran. I'm a metrics and strategic product improvement lead in UBS Bank, passionate about simplifying daily friction. Next, next slide. Okay. So this is iCook at a glance, how our iCook looks like. Let me show you what the iCook is solving and why it matters. The core issue, what we are focusing is we are drowning in recipes, apps, and meal kits, but we are starving for decisions that are quick, healthy, and personalized. Uh, Next screen. Challenges we are addressing over here is users struggling with deciding meals, managing dietary decisions, and juggling around 4 to 5 different apps. Kitchen faces order stress, lack of readiness, and no reliable digital platform. So with that, what our solution is, iCook is a smart assistant that scans ingredients, provides personalized recipe suggestions, eliminating decision fatigue and giving user cooking in seconds. It also adapts over time using an a dietary profile, and we are future ready with some API licensing and nutrition upselling. That's our tagline. Sit back, relax, and let the iCook for you. What our vision and objectives are. Our objective is focused on help busy professionals make smarter food decisions without friction. We validated this through a persona interview, user journey, and AI driven recommendation prototype. Our vision is one platform to help think less, eat better, and live healthier. Um, this is our business model canvas, but just giving a heads up on how the agile approach we are following is a practical product management life cycle, empathy-led discovery, rise-based prioritization, iterative sprint planning. We didn't aim to just build fast. We aim to learn fast, iterate fast, and stay value focused. So now we have validated the product. Previous screen, please. Yeah. Validated the product. We mapped our business model canvas to ensure feasibility scaling. A value proposition is personalized meal planning with decision relief. Our customer segment is urban professional, fitness users, and kitchens. A revenue stream, what we are planning is subscription-based model, commission, upselling, future APIs, and licensing. Channels, what we are following is D2C via mobile app, kitchen onboarding, and B2B health partnerships. Key activities, what we would be focusing on AI training, UX optimization, and agile delivery. So with this, we are not just building a product, we are building a viable business. Next screen. With this, we have this user persona design to keep our product human centered. With we build this persona, the RO, sorry, the Rohan, the busy professional who skips meals and need decision reliefs. We map his journey and surface some key insights, wherein Rohan wastes 20 plus minutes just by deciding what to eat or what meal he should have. This insight guided our UX, our backlog automation logic, and keeping empathy at the core. With this, I'll hand over to my colleague who will walk you through to the customer journey map, product backlog, roadmap sprint, and MVP feedback. Over to you, Arun.
Thanks a lot, Kiran. So this is how the customer journey looks like, from hunting for an application to solve a particular problem to attaining the delight phase. So one hunts for the application and then onboards and then scans the particular meal and then chooses a particular recipe. So the goal is that it should be seamless without any hiccups. And if the person wants to customize the food as per their requirement and health conditions, then they need to go for the multimodal payment options, delivery, and quality experience. So these three factors are very important because delivery should be at least on time, if not before, and quality should be top notch, and there shouldn't be any glitch in terms of payment. So these three factors are going to create the aha movement for the customer. This is the story map. So you can see an insignia of all the important activities that an end user does, starting from the onboarding till the optimum utilization of the application. And we have drilled down specific tasks in each of these activities to make it understandable on which features we are developing in a particular chronological order. And we have two particular users. One is Rohan, the IT professional, and main task is the onboarding part, the scanning, the getting the recipe, customizing, and then ordering. And Priya, the restaurant owner, would work on the system setup integration, the kitchen monitoring, and the performance analysis part. Release 1 focuses mainly on the basic functionalities, the core functionalities, like the onboarding, the scanning images, the AI step by step, voice support, and also the kitchen integration part. Whereas story release 2 focuses more on the advanced feature and the functionalities. This is how the user story looks like, with the issue ID, summary, status, priority, description, and acceptance criteria. And all the stories mentioned here are real life problems which we are going to solve on the basis of priority to solve the pain points of the customer. So there are certain features which are on high priority, like the voice command part, the delivery part, and the multiple payment and real-time delivery tracking part. And some of them are medium. So this kind of a feature makes it viable to build the MVP and enable the engineer and the QA person to work and develop the features and release accordingly.
Give me your last 3 minutes.
This is how the RISE prioritization looks like, which stands for reach, impact, confidence, and effort. So instead of just the gut feel part, we thought of following a data driven approach, where I would like to cite an example that the first feature has the highest RISE score. So it has the least effort, the highest confidence, reach, and impact. So we are going to work on it first, rather than working on the food customization and voice assistant part, which has the lowest RISE score and high effort, low confidence, reach, and impact. So we are trying to collaboratively work on this and complete it in less than 3 years. This is how our product roadmap is going to look like. So we'll have the foundation where we are going to work on the infra part, and then will come the development of the important features, as I mentioned, like the onboarding, the AI scanning, step by step, voice support, the multimodal payment option, and delivery tracking. Then will come the UAT and the QA part, following which the design part, which we have done on Figma, the high fidelity mockups and wireframes. And then will be the go to market approach. We'll have some pre launching, email marketing, and social media marketing campaigns, following which there'll be a final product launch. This is a Kanban model, a very simplistic model. This is very useful and systematic to track a backlog of features and what features are in progress, and what features you have completed. This is the MVP user feedback analysis. We actually tracked this using a Google form, and we also had a lot of kitchen partner contacts who want to open their cloud kitchen. So we have separately got the end user feedback and kitchen partners. For end users, they find it very useful because they love the innovative, taking a snap of the ingredients and getting smart recipes, and then can choosing the best recipes and using it to the optimum level, and the health tracking and calorie meter part as well. And the best part is getting home cooked maa ke haath ka flavor khana with verified cooks. And they can not only customize food according to their fitness goals, but also if there are any health issues like IBS, high BP, and sugar. Similarly, for kitchen partners who want to operate from home, this is going to help give them a platform on building their customer base, and they can take their business growths to different stature, and they can also work on their meal plans, and this is how they can grow as a business together. Every product comes with some risk assessment and mitigation. So if the customers feel that if there's a recipe mismatch with the ingredients, that can be a thing. If there are any delivery delays and food hygiene concerns, that can be another thing. And if there are any dietary preferences which are not matched, so that's also what concerns them. So we are going to work on it together and make sure that all these are curbed. Moving on to the
Team,
Jira
sorry to
part.
interrupt. Time
Yes.
is up. Maybe you can take
Yeah.
additional 30 seconds.
Sure, Raja. So this is how we have worked on the sprints part and the epics and stories I've created on Jira. And this is the backlog part, which you can take a look at. We have created 3 sprints, and as we progress and put in more features, we are going to add more sprints to it. And this is how the summary looks like. As you see the overview, this is how the Jira summary looks like for now. And we have also worked on the wireframe, but I think we don't have the time to showcase. But this is a high fidelity wireframe that we have worked on Jira for now. And yeah, before closing, I just want to say that we will be valuing your feedback to the optimum level, and it'll be very helpful if you can just guide us on the feasibility of taking this market to the product. Thank you all for your support. Yeah, thanks. Stop
Thank
share.
you, team. Yeah. Okay. First up, we'll start with Giridhar sir, your questions and feedback.
Yeah. So thank you, folks. Appreciate that. First thing, with the 10 minutes given to you, it is not clear to me what the real problem is, what the solution is.
Yes. So the real problem here, what we're trying to solve in the first juncture, is the smart recipe thing. So what we have studied from the Google form that we have received, and from talking to various people, they are mentally fogged. The IT professionals, they have everything at their home, but they don't know what to cook. So our application, you can take a snap, and they're going to give you, all the recipes of your choice, and then you can click on the recipes. There'll be a voice support like Siri and Alexa, and then it's going to give you a step-by-step support on how to cook your meals. So that is the first problem that we are trying to solve, making the brain fog part easy, so that they don't need to find out what recipe, what things they want to cook. So three ingredients, we are going to give you maybe hundreds of recipes, so you can cook accordingly. And then the second problem that we are trying to do solve is, there are a lot of IT professionals around, flooded with IT professionals, and they don't want to cook, but they want that ghar ka khana wala flavor. So we are going to, integrate with the home cooks and the dabba walas, and that is our main monetization. That is a secondary problem that we are solving, so that we can, deliver those home cooked meals to the IT professionals who find it difficult to cook, because cooks are very expensive. We have that experience, because me and my parents, we three work. So when the cooks don't come, so it's very hassleful to track, the dabbawala or home cooks, because we don't want to go to Swiggy or Zomato and order anything unhealthy. So it's very hard to toggle through and, get a connection and get the things delivered. So if we have some platform for the basic regional food that we want to cook, want to get, and get given opportunity to the people who are operating from home, so that's a secondary problem that we're solving. Yeah.
Both the problems are a kind of solved problem. It's a crowded market already, right? You getting recipe, even simple YouTube, there's number of channels available which gives you what you need to cook. The brain fog moment can be addressed with that. People are using that way. And second one, there are plethora of cloud kitchens and food aggregator platforms like Swiggy's and Zomato's available, which can deliver food with any of the cloud kitchen, including the Gharka kind of vendors today. So, what is your key differentiator? I mean, keep it short. Talk about your key differentiators and why would somebody pay you instead of them?
See, first of all, if you talk about Swiggy and Zomato, so how we are going to promote our product is the ingredients part, because we are going to collab two things. First of all, the uploading ingredients, the recipe suggestions, the nutritional breakdown. That is what we are going to do. So Swiggy, Zomato doesn't have these features. Neither they have personalized meal plans, neither they have the nutritional breakdown, neither they have recipe suggestions, neither they have the AI voice support. I know we have YouTube and we have a lot of video places, but it's very difficult. I find, because I love to cook, So toggling through the YouTube video, seeing it again and again, it's very hassleful. Or seeing the steps again and again. So if I have a friend, an AI friend or a bot who speaks and I cook, so that is what is going to be beneficial for me in the beginning. So Swiggy and Zomato doesn't have this. They don't have, and neither they have the dietary specific filter options as well. Swiggy and Zomato doesn't have this. And our direct competitors like Yumly, Supercook, Cookpad, Big Oven, they don't have the uploading ingredients part. They don't have the meal subscription part, and they don't have the delivery tracking part. So we are going
Uh,
to give them everything.
uh,
Uh, yeah,
Giri, sir, with your permission, I just want to ask a question before I forget.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
yeah,
Uh, so basically, I'm interested in this part because I'm building something on this platform, right? I have multiple questions. First thing is, how are you guys different from Eat Fit, Pure Foods, Spring Online, Healthy? All these people are
Healthify
doing
Me, yeah, Healthify Me,
very fine.
and yeah, Healthify Me and
There
my
is So basically, yeah, let me complete. So there's Masala Box, there's Food Buddy, there's Homely, right? So because I've been doing a lot of user research on this as well. So all these people are doing something very similar. So why would I want to choose you? Rather than Eat Fit or someone like they're already in the market and it's easily accessible. They're already spread over the market, right? So why would I want to choose you guys? How are you guys? What are you guys doing something different in this space? Because Eat Fit is something very similar to what you guys are doing, right? I get everything on Eat Fit, right? So basically, if I want to lose weight, I want to be fit, right? I'm an IT individual, so I just put my weight and everything, and it calculates how much of calories I have to intake and everything. So even the recipes are already given there.
yeah.
So how different is this?
So Healthify Me, MyFitnessPal, they have some of the features, like as you mentioned, the personalized meal plans, the nutritional breakdown, but they don't have the AI recipe suggestions, because a lot of people don't want to cook.
I
So
think Arun, I think you've not just researched deeper because my fitness pal and everyone are already into it and they're already building on this front, right? And
but they
then I
don't
think
have that make hath ka, that traditional food, because on Eat Fit, HRX, on other platforms, you will get the basic bowl and wok kind of food items, where there'll be rice and there'll be some protein which is cooked in the Western model. So what we are
okay.
trying to drive is give them the home food, the traditional food. Like if I'm staying in Maharashtra, I'll be giving them pitla bhakri and some paneer ka masala wala kind of a dish.
If you're giving home food, there is something called as homely. Okay, I think you should research on that. It was formerly called as Feed Me. Okay, they are giving affordable home style meals, and also it is customizable as well. Hello,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, yeah,
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 you're audible.
yeah.
yeah. So Homely is one space. You just check. It was currently named as Feed Me. Okay, they're doing very similar thing. It's Garka Kana food, like how you're saying. It's Garka Kana food. If I'm, example, I'm a South Indian. I want to have some
Mm.
kind of biryani or maybe my home style, Andhra style rasam or something like that. You just sell them and they prepare it to you and give it to you. And also there's something called as there is one more platform where chefs can come and cook in your house as well.
Yes,
Right?
yes, 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 yes. That's there.
Yeah.
That's there. And this
Like.
is just the monetization part, but how we are going to start is the scanning the ingredients and giving the recipe suggestions, and customizing your recipes accordingly with the voice support. So that is how we are going to start. But
No,
yeah,
how I didn't understand uh what would scanning the ingredients do? Like, why would I mean like just want to understand. If I scan my ingredients, what is the end result of it? Like why
so
am I scanning my ingredients and for what reason?
so you have paneer, you have palak, and you have maybe onion, and you have some other ingredients, and you are confused. You don't know what to cook, because it happens with me as well, and a few of my fellow mates, because after the entire day schedule, we are exhausted. We don't know what to eat. We have something. So this recipe suggests us to give innovative recipes, which is tasty as well as healthy, and there can be 15, 20 different recipes, and you can with those ingredients you can build a recipe. And we also have another option, like if there are any missing ingredients, like you want to prepare palak paneer and probably the jeera part is not there. So this we are going to connect this tool through API with Big Basket and Grofers, so that you can get those missing ingredients as well, and you can prepare a particular particular dish at home, which is going to be free of cost, and you don't need to brainstorm on what, how much quantity, and you don't need to look at a video again and again, or need to scroll down through Google and again if you're forgetting the steps. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, Giri, sir. I think you can continue. I'm so
No
sorry
worries,
to.
man.
Thank you,
I
sir.
think I'm pretty much done. In the interest of time, maybe we can move to the next.
Okay, sir.
Maybe Kumar, yeah.
Mayank, so
Yeah,
you wanna,
I,
yeah.
I think Giridhar and Dushyanth has asked the right set of questions. So I have just one question to you. That before even starting and conceptualizing this product, visualizing and creating the slides and your user research, what exercise you have done on your side to arrive a product market fit, leaving the surveys in terms of the TAM, will it bring value to the user, will it bring value to you, what is the exercise you have done to validate the product market fit?
The first thing, actually, as I cited, that it was a personal, experience that I was going through, because as I mentioned, all my like my parents are working, so we do have a cook, because we don't have the time to cook. So like whenever the cooks, like they go on long holidays, and they're pretty expensive. So if we have a subscription option where we'll get our, so I'm actually a Bengali, and if I get a Bengali cuisine, where I can get the basic Bengali dishes at my disposal, and I would not need to depend on home cooks. I can subscribe for 3 months or 6 months, and I know that I'm going to get that delivery at an affordable rate. So that is actually how it struck. And I was seeing a lot of people around me, because there are a lot of IT professionals staying around me, and a lot of old folks as well, like whose children are in abroad. So if the cook doesn't come, they don't know what to do, and it's very hard to find a home cook, or something of that sort. And if they want to cook at home as well, they'll have to Google time and again, and they'll have to YouTube time and again. So if there's an application, you can speak and it gives you the recipes. Even the old folks can cook very, very basic things. So I think that is how making the life easy for the IT professionals as well as the other segments, but mainly the IT professionals, because we don't want to Swiggy, Zomato and eat unhealthy at the end of the day. So that's how, from the personal experience, actually it started. Yeah. Then I talked with a few folks around.
Okay, okay. I think most of the questions Giridhar and Dushyanth has covered, so I'm good, Maharaja.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Giridhar sir. Thank you, Dushyant sir. Okay, we'll go for the scores now. We'll start with Giridhar sir. So your scores for the team out of five.
Yeah. So I would rate this 2.5. The reason being, the market may be big, market may be huge, but the way you presented and how succinctly you communicated your idea, it could have been much better. So there is a lot of room for improvement from across all. And your repeated use of AI and technology, it looks like your technology is driving a solution, but not the real customer problem you're trying to drive. It looked like that. So you can never force a piece of technology drive a solution. It never sustains in the market, right? So it should be more ground reality, more on the ground customer problem based, which it did come across, at least from a presentation perspective, and hence my rating.
Thank you, sir. Dushyant sir, your score for the team.
I would go with 2.5 again.
Okay, Mayank sir,
So I think
your
I've already
score.
given the feedback. I think, yeah, there's a lot of data in the presentation. Like, I understand that you guys are only 10 minutes, but in this 10 minutes, I had a lot to, go through the slides, right? I could not understand initial first two, three slides because I
The
was
value
trying to,
prop.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I know you guys have, finished this course and you want to put everything on the slide, but that is just your, like, you're purging out whatever you've read, right? So yeah, that's what I felt like. But yeah, again, thanks. That's my feedback.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mayank sir, your score for the
Yeah,
team.
I will also go with 2.5. But in terms of feedback to the team, I think before we scale down or relate to a personal problem, we need to do a solid product market fit and validate that it is the problem worth solving or not. So that's the feedback.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Juris. Okay, now we'll start with we'll go for the audience poll now, right? A second. Audience, grab your phone. Please scan this QR code and cast your votes for Team 2. You have 20 seconds. Your time starts now. All right, time's up. We'll see the audience poll for the team now. Right, that's it. Thank you, team. All the best for you. We'll move to the next team now. So now, Team 3, Ashish, you ready?
Yeah, just want to do a quick sound check. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are. Ashish.
Okay, I'll share my screen. Actually, Maharajan, I'm not allowed to share.
Now you can. Now you can. Yes.
Okay, just a second. Please let me know once my screen is visible.
It is getting presented. Yeah, it is presented now. Yeah.
Okay.
So your time starts now. All the best.
Okay. Hi everyone. Hi judges. Today I'll be talking about my project, which is MedConnect, bridging healthcare anywhere, anytime. So talking about the problem statement, India faces a massive healthcare access crisis, especially in rural and semi-urban areas. Millions struggle with delayed, inconsistent care due to long travel costs and fragmented systems. For chronic illness patients, this leads to missed follow-ups and worsened outcomes. At the same time, healthcare providers are overwhelmed with manual processes and disconnected records, making it harder to deliver quality, consistent care. This is the gap that MedConnect aims to solve. To understand our users, we structured our research around five key pillars: their current healthcare behaviors, technology familiarity, prior telehealth experience, expectations from a digital platform, and overall demographics. This helped us uncover not just surface level issues but underlying motivators, barriers, and real world contexts that shaped how they seek and manage care, guiding us to design a truly user centric solution. So we interviewed 20 users across patient and provider segments. Key insights included long travel times and cost deter any seeking of care. Most rely still on paper records, and 60% miss follow-ups due to forgetfulness or logistics. While many of them use smartphones, only a third have tried a health app, mainly due to language barrier and trust issues. Importantly, all users wanted easy booking, local language support, and reminders, which shaped our product features and design priorities. Using this, we also looked at four key user personas. Ravidas represents our core user, limited access, low digital literacy, and strong need for affordable local language telehealth. Rena, a tech-savvy who delays care due to work. She needs fast app-based consultations, health record access, and flexible follow-up reminders. Dr. Lobo runs a busy clinic and struggles with admin tasks and patient follow-ups. She needs a simple, secure digital tool that won't disrupt her workflow. And finally, Ravi, who juggles appointments, billings, and records manually, he needs an easy digital system to streamline clinic operations and reduce no-shows. So, talking about value proposition and beginning with a brief of the competitors in India, platforms like Practo, 1MG, and MFine dominate the digital health space, but they mainly serve urban tech-savvy users. Government PHCs still rely on manual systems, and informal WhatsApp consultations are common in rural areas. What sets MedConnect apart is our focus on underserved regions, local language support, low data usability, and offline to online bridging, making digital healthcare accessible where others fall short. So what we'll do, MedConnect position itself as the bridge between underserved patients and overburdened providers. So for someone like Ravidas, it means trusted doctors in his language, easy access, and low data usage at an affordable price. For Rana, a busy urban professional, it offers flexible consultations with her doctor of choice, organized health records, e-prescriptions, and smart reminders. For general practitioners like Dr. Lobo, MedConnect enables remote consultations, secure record keeping, and automated workflows, helping her manage care without disrupting her clinic. And finally, for administrators like Ravi, it streamlines scheduling, billing, and reminders through centralized tools, reducing manual effort and no shows. Unlike any other platform, MedConnect will adapt to each user's context and needs, and the platform will aim to bring efficiency and simplicity to both ends of the healthcare system. So our business model supports both B2C and B2B segments. On the B2C side, patients pay per consultation, keeping it flexible and accessible. On the B2B front, we offer subscriptions to clinics and doctors for digitizing operations. Our key partners include hospitals, NGOs, pharmacies, and government health programs. Value would come from easy doctor access, local language support, and digital records. We will aim to reach users through our app, website, ASHA workers, and social media. Revenue, we'll plan to ensure that the revenue flows through consultations, clinic subscriptions, and potential tie-ups with CSR and health initiatives, while costs focus on tech, doctor payouts, and outreach. So now moving on to the development process for the product. So our 24-month roadmap is structured around delivering outcomes and not just features. In the first 8 months, we'll focus on MVP, and the core idea would be access, building 4 core features like login flows, video consultations, patient profiles, and admin dashboards. Next, we'll drive continuity through regional support, enhance alerts, and secure records. Then we will aim to build trust by partnering with ASHA workers and chronic care modules. And finally, we will work on payment and analytics to support understanding of the clinic operations and tracking health. So, as I mentioned, we will first focus on developing and releasing the MVP, and the goal of the MVP would be to validate core needs and assess platform usability and stability with a few users. Additional goals or success matrices of the MVP would be to acquire more than 1,000 active users within the first 8 months, achieve around 75% or more than 75% consultation completion rate, and get an NPS score of more than 30, which will ensure both usability and user satisfaction from day one. So I'll skip the other phases and focus on MVP. So talking specifically about the MVP, it includes key features such as role-based logins, video audio consults, searchable doctor listings, digital prescriptions, UPI payments, and in-app reminders. Moreover, admin dashboards will support both patients and doctors. So as I had on the slide, we use Moscow method to prioritize these features. The idea was to prioritize based on their criticality to core needs, stability of the MVP, and ability to validate value quickly while deferring complex or non-essential items to future phases. So talking about user story mappings, we divided the MVP into 4 broad themes. One is seamless access and onboarding. Next, efficient consultation workflow. Next, engagement and communication. And finally, operational support and oversight. Again, for the purpose of this discussion, this presentation, I'll focus on the first theme, which is seamless access and onboarding. And this is all about setting up the sign up and login for the 3 types of users, and enabling patients to search for doctors. As you can see, we have ensured that the login flow highlights that the goals of each users are clearly met. For example, patients need to avoid complex signups and doctors need to see relevant consultations. For the search
Your last
functionality,
3 minutes.
yeah, for the search functionality, we have ensured that patients can search for doctors by specialty. They can also search for ideal time slots and also do quick consultation bookings. So moving on to the specific design of this MVP within that specifically the first theme and the first epic. So our goal is to ensure that the acceptance criteria clearly calls out the important ideas. For example, login is to be done only after successful credentials are input for all the admins, and from the sorry from the second epic, the goal is to ensure that the patients are successfully able to search for their right doctors, right specialties, and also access basic doctor data. Now, talking about stakeholder alignment, to align with the stakeholders, we have built a multi-channel communication plan. It starts with a shared product vision deck tailored to each of the groups. We will conduct regular roadmap walkthroughs and sync-ups backed by transparent reporting through OKRs and dashboards among within the organization. We will use demo sessions to show real progress and maintain a two-way feedback loop via surveys and retrospectives. So for any ongoing updates, we will rely on tools such as email, Slack, and internal portals to ensure that everyone stays informed and engaged across the journey. So the last thing what I wanted to do, I'll give a quick idea of what how we envision the app should look like. It is a low fidelity wireframe, and it's supposed to demonstrate a happy workflow. Uh, it will show how a patient can log into the app, search for doctors, book and pay for an appointment, complete the appointment, and receive a prescription. So as I mentioned, we begin by the welcome flow, which kind of talks about the key features of MedConnect, which is it's a comprehensive platform, wide range of specialties are offered, and then it's the sign-in flow wherein we'll talk about how the patient can log in. They log in, they feed in their information, phone numbers and passwords, and then they can either book an appointment, they can review their profile, view any upcoming appointments or past appointments. So we'll talk about booking an appointment. So in specifically about booking the appointment, they have the option to choose between specialties, between times, between doctors, and once they choose a doctor or once they choose a specialty, they can choose the doctor based on the time. They will be shown all the details of the doctors, and once they select the time, they can make the payment via UPI, and finally they can get their confirmation details in the app itself. Thinking about the consultation flow, once the time is there for the upcoming appointment, they can go to that appointment, go to the conference room, and then talk to the doctor, and they can view their prescription once the consultation is over. Uh, so yeah, that is what we have. Thank you, and open to any questions.
Thank you, Ashish. Thank you so much. Okay, let's start with Mayank, sir.
Yeah, and firstly, Ashish, I think this problem is very relatable, and even government of India is trying to solve this problem. So, two things which I want to understand is one thing is in your product vision, I didn't see any collaboration or partnership engagement with the government of India because they have some similar initiatives like Ayushman Bharat, E-Sanjeevani, which is also trying to solve the same problem space. That is the first question. Secondly, given the persona you have chosen, let's say we choose a rural person who is severely sick in the rural region,
Yeah.
why will he go and visit MedConnect rather than visiting a local clinic? What drives that motivation to opt for MedConnect rather than visiting a local clinic and get so easily? So that is the two things I'm unable to understand. So please help me.
Okay, sure. So I think the way we have designed it specifically for rural India is around the, ASHA workers, because they have a lot of trust within the community. And yes, for any, routine illness, they would definitely go to their trusted doctor. But once they need any specialty, right, that is a space where they might not have access to the right doctors. So what are they supposed to do then? And so a few people who I talk to, they do describe that problem, that they are not very eager to leave their work and leave their village, for example, or any semi-urban area, and then go to go to a city and go through that consultation. That's not something that they are very eager to do. So in order to bridge that, we will aim to go through ASHA workers, because like I said, they are trusted within the community, and they would be the one who can be our force on the ground to drive that trust, right? And that was one. The second thing was about government tie-ups. So that's not part of the MVP, right? I think that's towards the latter end. If we talk about partnerships with CSRs and government programs, so the idea for us was to first build the presence, first build the base, and then slowly and steadily build the scale and monetization. And we chose to go with ASHA workers because of the ease of scaling the trust.
Understood. Yeah, this helps.
Yeah.
Is the audience also allowed to ask questions?
No, no, audience can put the questions in the comment and the respective team members can answer accordingly.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mayank sir. We'll move to the next. Dushyanth sir, you want to go next? Oh, okay. So Giridhar sir.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, I was on mute.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, is this a Practo app, something very similar to Practo app with the change in language? That's it, and or does it offer anything else apart from that?
So, as I mentioned, the key differentiator, and I realize a lot of it is overlapping, but for us, the key differentiator is first the focus. It's more targeted to go through, target the rural India and the semi-urban populations, and that's where, yes, the key would be to make sure that we are offering the right language support, not just the doctors being able to speak that language, which I think Practo does offer, but also making sure that the app is scaled in a way that it can offer that language to operate the app. And then the third differentiator is the thing that I mentioned, going through ASHA workers, so that there is enough trust amongst rural India that they are able to bank on this app for their needs.
Okay. Since you're saying that this application is for rural, people, right? So you're saying it's for ASHA workers. That's an example. So most of the rural people are, panic a lot, right? When there's a disease or something like that, they can't communicate properly, or maybe they can't go through the application properly, right? How will you ensure a stressed patient will find the right doctor within 2 minutes of opening the app?
Yeah, again, I think yes, the app is focused on driving the engagement in rural India through the ASHA workers, because that's where the trust comes in, and they would be the ones who are driving that. In terms of panicking, yes, it's going to be a concern which we
I'll
do.
give a simple example. So basically, I'm in a farmland, and I have a snake bite, right? So
Mhm.
I panic, right? You are seeing that okay, Asha worker only got bitten by a snake,
Okay, got
and
it.
suddenly she panics. She doesn't know what to do, and how do I find the right solution within opening? Like what is the feature set that you want to design, for that problem? Like,
Got it. So I think
yeah.
like we do recognize that in that situation, the first provider who will address this solution would not be through an app. It will be on the ground, like the clinic nearby, or anyone, any kind of a nurse or anyone who can actually resolve that on the ground. For any uh, you know emergency situation, yes, we are not targeting that. It's more from a specialty perspective, or more from the cases which are not being able to handle through the clinic that's there. That is what we'll focus on. And yes, I mean, maybe in the future, one thing which we can think about is enabling the doctors in those clinics who are maybe young, or who are not that experienced. They can actually tap into this solution, wherein they can be that bridge as well, but that's probably something way into the future. But at this moment, I think it's probably not built for emergency situations.
Okay, just a suggestion. You can just add a smart free filter, or maybe emergency button toggle on the top right. So the moment you click on that, you can get all the solutions, right? So when I panic, I just see on left or right side of
Okay,
the screen at top, and then if there's an emergency click on that, I get a filter, or maybe suggestions I get, right? So
fair,
that could
fair, fair.
that,
So what
yeah,
you are recommending is more, in that situation, how to administer first aid, or like how to,
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of a solution. Fair, understood. Point taken.
That's it from my end. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Giridhar, sir, your questions and feedback. No, you're on mute, sir.
Okay. So first of all, Ashish, very well presented. The problem statement is very genuine. I'll tell you the reason why I'm talking about this being genuine, because I've experienced it. The overall personas are right. The problem statement to vision to your, the business model canvas, it could have been a little better in terms of the other aspects of the purchase journey, the pricing, or the financial KPIs, the intellectual property. How will this pan out? It could have been much better. Story maps, anyway. You guys are all very strong on the engineering and the collaboration. So all of them presenting stories or epics, that's not a problem, including the wireframes. But the business aspects, I'll call out a few highlights for you to be aware. You need to be aware of medical legal cases. You didn't touch upon anywhere.
Okay.
Anybody, any doctors, they're very hesitant to put anything on the platform, because if it's within the four walls, if something were to happen, nobody has recorded it, so they're not considered very liable for any actions. But putting it on a platform, they're liable. So doctors are
Got
not
it.
comfortable. Because of these reasons, doctors are not comfortable getting on the platform.
Okay.
You didn't talk about LTV and CAC, the cost of acquiring a customer. When I say customer, it could be a patient or a doctor. You didn't talk about that. You should be talking about that. That determines the success of your platform. The LTV, the lifetime value of a patient. Why would a patient come back to you again and again? The reason why Practo failed literally is they did the patient and doctor connection for common problems. But what is the guarantee that the same patient will come back to the same doctor? There is no guaranteed lifetime, the bigger value of LTV. So LTV, CTC, if you're not very clear, this model is not going to fly. Be very, very
Got
clear
it.
about that,
Got
right?
it.
And you didn't talk about the kind of user research you did with the sample size and the demographic details, because technology plays an important role here. Though you may bring in ASHA workers, you need to train ASHA workers to use the app, right? They're not technical. So you are passing on the problem from one person to another, but you're not solving the problem yet. You're
Okay.
only, monkey is passed on from one to another one, but the technology is still a big constraint. These are the reasons why Practo failed. Now that I said, I did a startup in this same space.
Okay.
I did a specialty based, which was into obstetrics and gynecology.
Okay.
Raised up to Series A funds. Had about 400 doctors using. Had about 100,000 patients using in Bangalore and Mysore. I failed to raise Series B because I did not get funding. My LTV was low. Out of 100,000 patients, less than 10% of them were transacting. You consider teleconsultation, your video calls, audio calls, medicines being placed. The margins are very low because you are just an aggregator. The
Got
doctor
it.
is making money. You are making less than 30%, less than 10% of them making money. This platform, don't go that route if you plan to take this seriously. You need to have the other, the medical legal cases, the LTV, CAC, onboarding problem, technology problem, training, onboarding. These issues have to be resolved first. There has to be a stronger business model. Technology comes next.
Got it. So, a couple of things. Point taken on the medical legal cases. That's definitely something that needs to be considered. Specifically about how do you build return. I think that's where I focused on the MVP. Uh, so the building like long-term trust and scaling comes next, which I didn't obviously touch upon. But the idea there is building those workflows wherein you can have a continuous doctor patient chat window, which I think Practo's chat closes within a couple of weeks. So that is one piece which we thought of can be something we can explore in the future. And also things such as adherence tracking, real time alerts to the doctors this is obviously a lot more intensive, which would require trust on the doctor's side as well, because like you said, there is a lot of scope for legal cases as well. So yeah, these are all in the future. How do we build those chronic care workflows wherein all these things can be built in, reminding for medication, tests, right? So if you have a constant touch base with the patients, that is where that long term trust and return would come in. uh, and the second piece about the user research, right? I think that can also be, because I quickly touched upon, or I touched upon that, but I went over. But we do have like a list of questions that we discussed, which touched upon all those things, which is their basic profile to help us segment the information. How familiar are they with technology? Who helps them?
Right.
Current
I mean,
healthcare behaviors.
one input is, instead of presenting it this way, you know the sample size. Sample size could be 10, it could be 100. You said
Yeah,
what percentage of the base
yeah,
aligned with that. So that pie
yeah.
chart would help them visualize, yes, you have done this research, majority of them fall into this category, and hence you're taking this decision.
Fair.
Textual, too much text to read.
Yeah, got it, got it.
Make this
Fair,
visual.
fair. Make it visual. Understood. Yeah, yeah.
Good job,
And
otherwise.
yeah, and I think one more thing which the audience asked, I would like to touch again, is the revenue streams. I think the key for us for revenue streams was, through consultations for patients, through subscription models for the clinics and doctors, right? Uh, and then any tie-ups with any CSRs, health initiatives. The focus would be to, understand doctor payouts as well, and how do you build that outreach. So that is what we have in our mind from a revenue stream perspective.
Right. Thank you, Ashish.
Yeah.
Thank you, juries. Okay, we'll go for the scores now. Dushyant sir, your score for Ashish?
I think it would be 3.5 because I was kind of happy with the presentation and well thought through the problem as research said. Yeah, I like the presentation as well. I would go for 3.5.
Okay. Mayank sir, your score?
Yeah, I'll rate for this presentation. And just one feedback, Ashish. I think uh, you have a very good concept and the problem worth solving. So maybe you can start with one persona and one workflow rather than diverging too much to solve so
Got it.
many problem at one point of time. To choose one persona, choose one workflow, focus on that, and then iterate to make it a full-grown product. However, one thing which I was unclear during the course of presentation is why and how will a ruler persona will pay for this app? How can you motivate them to pay and opt for this app? That is one thing you need to think through. So
Okay.
otherwise, I think this is the problem worth solving.
Got it. Thanks, Mayank, for that feedback.
Giridhar sir, your score?
I would rate 4, man. If you can focus on the business model, strengthen it, it would go up further.
Got it. Thanks, Girdhar sir.
All right. Thank you. We'll move to the audience poll now. Audience, grab your phone and scan this QR code and cast your votes for Ashish. You have 20 seconds. Time starts now. All right, time's up. We'll see the audience poll for Ashish now. All right, that's your audience poll, Ashish. All the best for you. Okay, we'll move to the final team for the day. So it's going to be Karan, Funny, and Ragul. You guys ready? Team 4?
So before we start, just want a quick audio video check. I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes, correct. You're visible.
Funny.
Vani, Vani is visible, audible.
Oh,
All right.
yes, and Rahul.
Like, please help me. Who's presenting this
I'll
time?
be presenting.
Okay.
Rahul couldn't join us today due to a prior commitment, so he'll be here with us in his in his mind, of course, and we also make sure that he is also getting the shout outs that he deserves.
Sure.
Let us know once you can
It
see
is
the screen.
getting presented. Now it is presented. Yeah. So your time starts now. All the best.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Karan. I am based out of the Queen of Deccan in Pune, and I'm joined by two more awesome, exciting, and wonderful gentlemen. Funny from the land of Nawabs, Hyderabad, and Rahul from the Garden City of India, Bengaluru. The three of us faced a similar problem that brought us together actually. We were trying to get things for our house without getting scammed at every possible place because online and offline scams are pretty much relevant in wherever, however, whatever we do. So EcoSwap is considered as the sustainable marketplace for today's generation. And we, as a group, wanted to ensure that we save the planet as well as our own pockets and money in terms of sustainable and reusable things that we can swap and utilize the reusability factor so that the minimal impact on the environment can also be considered. The target audience is primarily the small business owners and the budget conscious shoppers who are equally eco conscious too. That is our target audience primarily. Now, we have covered two types of problem statements, one from the perspective of the buyer and one from the perspective of the seller. So primarily what we look at is the items to be in good conditions and definitely avoiding frauds and scams, and whether they would have the original receipts and whether there is room for negotiations. As a buyer, those are the things that we definitely look for. But if we are a seller, what do we look for? We look for, okay, whether the buyers are trustworthy, whether they are genuine, whether they are going to scam us out, whether they're going to take our things and not pay us, all those things which are prevalent in every media out there today, wherever we try to sell it, be it OLX, FB Marketplace, whatever, which we'll come into detail a little later. So these are the two different types of problem statements that we have come up with, followed by our vision statement. So the vision statement, as you can read in there, to transform the way people access and sell second-hand essentials by creating a secure, safe, community-driven platform that empowers budget and environment-conscious individuals and small businesses to exchange quality and pre-owned products with confidence, helping build world where affordability and sustainability go hand in hand and waste becomes the thing of a past. So we agree that can be a little longer, but that also aligns with our goal, our long-term aspiration, and the differentiation that we do. Moving forward to the user persona. So this is one sample user persona that we have of Arjun, age 24, who is recently moved to Bangalore. So if you take a look at his goals, needs, and pain points, this is pretty much practically what almost all of us have gone through as an individual at some point in time or the other. Some of us may have been unfortunate enough to get scammed too. So that kind of remains the same. The goals, needs, and the pain points of a buyer kind of remains the same. And Arjun is looking to get those kind of affordability factor also involved into this. Now, let's take a look at the seller persona as well. So now she is moving abroad, Neha. And again, a similar situation many of us would have faced when we were moving cities or moving outside of the country. So it should be fast, easy, simple, trustworthy, and it should not again end up in scamming or avoiding low ballers who just in the name of bargaining, in Hindi we can call it being a dhabba. So bargaining also needs some amount of decency and skill set. So avoiding low ballers and time wasters. And of course, the items that you have loved and cherished gets a second chance. That is the key goal and perspective also this way. Now, if you look at the competitive analysis, we have compared 5 different competitors with ours: OLX, Quicker, FB Marketplace, Zolopic, Cashify, and our Vision. So if I'll just give a couple of seconds for you to quickly glance through this, because ours is one of the major core value being the sustainability focus and fraud protection. Those are the things that are there in the others, but not as much as what we envision. And the user trust and safety based off of verified users and listing is something else that we do provide as a USP. Now, and definitely there is a guarantee of rating system which will provide you with a specific information with respect to the condition of the product as well. Now, moving to the problem discovery approach. So we did quite a lot of user interviews. As you know, our team is quite diverse in terms of geography. We were able to locate people in Pune, Bangalore, and Hyderabad to have an understanding as to what exactly are they looking for. And that, not surprisingly, turned out to be very similar in nature. And as we move forward, the BMC, the business model canvas, as you can see over here, the customer segment mainly constituted of budget conscious professionals, eco conscious individuals, small business and startups, and urban renters who constantly look out for second hand or used or pre-loved things for their homes. That is what we were also looking for. The revenue streams include commissions on transactions, premium listings, logistics and delivery partners, and community subscriptions for early access and rewards. So cost structure involves platform development, user acquisition, verification system, customer support, and marketing. The UVP, the unique value proposition that we bring forth, is merging affordability, convenience, and sustainability. Now, to take this further with the double diamond model, I invite my partner in crime and colleague, Funny, to take it further. Funny, on yours.
Thanks, Karan, for setting up this beautifully, taking over the problem discovery and what is the problem that we are solving. Now, I'll dive deep into the execution part, which is the primary theme of our presentation today. So, what we have done is we have clearly defined our problem and how we have discovered it, and we will add further detail onto how we are planning to execute this, right? So, next slide. So meanwhile, while the slide is coming up, so what we have done is we have created a user stories based on our features. We have defined what are the features that we want our app to have, and then we have defined them as our epics, and we have further divided them into stories that are independent and estimatable and testable individually. And we have also included the acceptance criteria as our definition of done, and we have also created a sample project on Jira, and we have done the math as well there. So current move ahead. So we here out of the stories that we have done, we have taken the features that we want to prioritize. We have not taken prioritize the stories specifically, but we have prioritized the features that we want to do. And the features we have tried to do two models, basically the rice model and the Moscow model, and we try to see if the both of the models are giving us similar features to prioritize, right? So we also wanted, we used our own intuition as well, wherein we said the subscription, the sustainability score, displaying that on the products that are listed and on the scores as well. We thought that is the main USP and that will be our driver. And that is how we added our sustainability score as a feature. And while there is a new feature, a new thing to the market itself, we made sure that we put that there in our MVP so that that will drive our product value itself, right? So these are the quick look at the feature prioritization framework that we have used. Karan, can you move to the next slide? So here is
In your
the
last
quick,
3 minutes.
yeah, here's a quick sprint planning that we have done on the Jira. And this is how we are going to execute the first sprint. We are going to create the user profiles and basic login. And the next sprint, we are trying to go for the listing and the transaction part. Moving ahead. So the MVP definition itself brings us to the space where we want to first users to come onto our tool, interact with our tool, and build a community. And the primary focus here is that we have highlighted in the green. That will be our primary focus and driver for the MVP success, because that will validate our thought whether that the sustainability factor is going to drive this application or not. So we wanted to quickly nudge the users with the sustainability scores, like if you have purchased a bed and a second hand, you are saving x number of trees, and that will convert into a certain number of score that you can keep on adding into your profile. So we wanted to see how this model is going to actually communicate to the user on their sustainability thoughts. So here is the quick MVP definition that we are having. As we said, the first phase was login, and then add the products and interact with the products, and then build a community with the sustainability uh, users who have the similar thoughts. And then once you have the community, you want to transact with them and build that trust, right? So these are the four quick features that we want to take into our MVP, and our North Star metric that we want to focus on is the monthly active users and the transactions. Moving ahead, so this is the quick roadmap that we have thought. The first MVP launch, we wanted to do it in the first 1 2 months, building the MVP and launching it within the communities that we try to engage. And then what we want to test next is the engagement, actually, how we can boost the engagement, how we can increase the users. Once we have the users with us, we wanted to increase the trust so that they are retained with the tool itself. And then we wanted to improve the convenience, and then we wanted to also tie up with logistics, and also now we go for the expansion of the product itself, where we engage with different types of logistics and other partnerships. Moving ahead, so what we have done here is we wanted to strategically plan our roadmap, that so that we have mapped our goals. Karan,
Team,
moving ahead.
sorry to interrupt. Our time is up. Maybe you can take additional 30 seconds and summarize it.
Yes, we
Sure,
tried best to
thank you,
just.
ma'am. Yes, we just have the UI prototype left, majorly. So funny. Let's close with the UI prototype then. So Rahul, who couldn't be with us today in the bridge, is actually a UI designer by profession. So this is, completely his brainchild, and he came up with this wonderful prototypes in terms of design and the content per se. So funny, him and I, the three of us contributed together onto this, but the design part of it is fully his. So we'll just give you a quick walkthrough of that, just a couple of seconds. So like this, we have the user profile, the motivational messages, the discovery screen, and all of that. Then here we have the, by putting in the sale and everything, it also gives us the, okay, what amount of CO2, what amount of carbon emissions have they saved? How have they helped the environment? So that kind of score gets added to their profile, like Funny was talking about. So this is a basic understanding of how the UI would work. So that pretty much is it. Thank you so much for listening to us, and thank you for the opportunity. Over to the judges for questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Ding. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll start with Dushyant sir. Dushyant sir is facing some glitch. Okay, we'll start with Mayank sir.
Yeah. So one thing, I think this is the problem. Like you've done the competitive analysis, there is a lot of roster problem with these platforms, right? OLX, people do the fake listing, face.
Yeah, Karan, brilliant presentation, and also like the.
Sorry, I think there is an echo. Am I audible?
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say here is that there is a lot of product which is already in market, which is trying to solve similar problems, right? And with the problems, what they face currently is a major pushback, and what bring those platform down is the fraudsters, right? How are you trying to solve that problem? That is unclear to me. Though I read it from the website, from your deck, that trustworthy, giving a sustainability score. But in order to even penetrate, let's say if there is no transaction, that means you cannot put a sustainability score to the user.
Mhm.
Secondly, if your platform rejects too many listing in the name of quality control or fraud prevention, you will frustrate early users to sign up with your platform. So how are you trying to solve that problem to convince them that we are different, what others like OLX or Quicker has tried to solve in the past? That message to me is still not clear. Otherwise, I understand the problem, you understand the problem space you're trying to solve. But the problem which was there with them, I still see is with this platform as well. So wanted to understand that how are you trying to solve that particular problem?
Funny, would you like to take this?
Yes, definitely. Definitely mindset. So this is a problem that we are technically yet to solution for, but we have a lot of thoughts in our head how we wanted to actually solve for it. So this was our phase two of the product development itself, where we wanted to basically validate the user first. Like you actually said, if there is not a lot of transactions on the application itself, we will not be able to validate if the user is a authenticated user or not. So in the phase one, we wanted to first authenticate the user, that the user is actually not a or we wanted to actually authenticate the profile of the user. So how we wanted to do it and what are the parameters we wanted to include and how we material, but that is the long-term vision for the phase two, phase three. And what how we thought of authenticating the products itself, or also we wanted to make sure that the products that they have listed are actually there. So Karan also spoke about on a lot of times the bill or the authenticity of the purchases. So those kind of features also we wanted to include so that the user is sure that the product they are selling is actually theirs. So I'm sure we might miss a bills on a lot of the products that we own. So that might not be a right parameter, but we were also thinking on a lot of other features like that should be a picture that should actually be taken from the mobile, not a uploaded image. So those kind of features using technology is what something we are had in mind, but we haven't actually materialized onto the presentation, or we haven't actually done work on that part. Definitely.
That is
Understood.
the overall idea for that, Frank. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, so just a recommendation, since you're
Yes.
starting early, we should rather start by capturing the pain point what OLX and Quicker has offered to the consumer, and then start from there rather than assuming that this is the phase one and then layer down it as phase two. So start with the problem faced by the OLX customers and then
Okay.
build on top of it to make us this is what you need. Secondly, one thing which I see is, let's say if the consumer and the buyer skips your platform and directly transact within themselves, must be a way to link and hook to them to your platform. Otherwise, it will be just a bridging platform connecting two buyers, which can be a fraudster, which can be genuine as well. So this is another problem what OLX and Quicker has.
OLX has, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe start with capturing their problem statement and then funnel down on top of it, rather than just ideating from the same base and then arriving at the same problem. So that's just a suggestion.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayank. So, Giridhar, so your questions and feedback.
Yeah, I'll go with the parameters that we are measuring. So the problem space seems to be genuine, no question about that. Uh, First thing, the persona definition, I would urge you to instead of just categorizing them as buyer and seller persona, there is a lot more definition that goes in terms of demographic, which tier are you trying to address, what age group are you trying to address, what type of profession are the technologies, tech savvy people are trying to address, because that defines who are the actual users for you, right? Buyer and seller is just a category of, you're not actually doing the persona analysis here, right? So that's one thing. Second, from a problem statement, as I said, it is genuine. There are platforms available. If you can clearly build the differentiation, you can certainly attract customers. The point that my colleague Dushyanth brought up are very valid. Even I had the same question. You kept talking, I think twice or thrice you repeated the spamming is something that you would try to avoid, but you didn't explain how. I mean, it's very easy to say, but how are you making that a differentiator is still not coming out very clearly. Business model canvas, yes, I can see there are North Star metrics, the other things that you have called out. The story map seems to be fine. Rest, everything seems to be okay. The question that I asked the earlier team, it is applicable to you as well. This being a B2C, you need to touch upon the LTV and CAC. What is the cost of acquiring customer? on your platform, because you are essentially working on very thin margin. It's a percentage cut on every transaction that happens. So that margin, unlike, if you typically work on software products, it goes upwards of 70 to 80%, and that's where products make a lot of money. But you're an aggregator platform, it's downwards of 30, 35%. On that, if your cost of acquisition is so high, your profitability finally the date when you get to cash flow positive situation and then profitability would be so delayed. And people look at this, if you were to go and reach out to somebody to fund, they just idea ecoswap alone will not help. There has to be a business model that is convincing enough for somebody to fund. Software business, as you see, it's a very capital intensive business. You need to have a convincing business model which is not very glaringly visible, at least in the 10 minutes that you presented. Make that stronger if you need to get this further to kind of budgeting and funding, right? And then the growth story is not very clear. Are you looking at a PLG or a SLG story? I hope you understand. The growth can be like sales-led, product-led growth. Product-led growth is something that everybody prefers, but you should have a strategy and then look at what do you do to get there to that strategy. That is not very clear. Some of these were the feedback from my side.
Sure. Thank you, Giridhar sir. If I may just respond to one of those things, one thing that we majorly focused on was, this being a community-driven platform. And say, for example, in this forum, like, I'm one of the users who uses EcoSwap, and I talk about it to Funny, who's my friend, and Maha, who's my friend, and then it goes from there as well. So it's a community based, trust based mechanism where I know, okay, see, I use this platform and I did not get scammed, and I got quality worthy products. That, and most of these platforms where we look at the authenticity of the product and the genuinity of the things being uploaded for sale usually is not validated. So that is why we bring in that extra. That is why in our
Agree.
listing, when we say we write it as secure, because we back it up with data points. So if he says 5 months old, we ask for the bill of that particular item. Example, you buy a table, you say 5 months old, the bill date should not be more than a year. So that way we validate the authenticity of the purchase and the genuinity that, okay, this person actually has this product. So that is something that we found that was kind of missing, because being a user of OLX and Quicker, that kind of, we felt, okay, this is something that's off, and that's something that we can capitalize on in a way. So in the long run, it's more of a community trust driven platform where we will get more consumers and everything. But at a beginning stage, what we did was like the first level MVP launch, what we need. That was our primary focus coming into this actually. So
Agree.
everything else follows suit, basically. That's the idea.
Yeah.
Funny, if you want to add anything to that, probably.
No, I agree. I mean, I would urge all of these people who presented today to think like this. You're given a problem statement, you're doing a course, that's fine, perfectly fine. But when you're actually presenting, working on a business model, there is cost of development involved. There is cost of hosting involved, right?
Indeed. Indeed.
Are you ready to bear that? Put your skin in the game. If you go to reach out to VCs, it's a cutthroat. I'll tell you, they take a big dagger and then they kill you right away in one shot. Before you get to that level, there has to be a lot more fundamental analysis and study done. That's what IPL teaches you. Apply the concept that you did to a real world problem. There are glaring gaps. So everybody goes through this phase. I mean, nobody's perfect. But these gaps, unless it is addressed, if you tomorrow become entrepreneurs, I'm sure a number of you would want to try entrepreneurship. But you have to address these fundamental things before you take on this particular hat. I think that was the learning I wanted to pass on with the team here.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Giridhar.
Giridhar sir. Dushyanth sir, you want to go next?
Yeah. What's the other guy's name? Sorry, forgot. Karan. I like the excitement, man. I like the way he presented. Yeah.
Thank you.
Then that I think I had the same questions as Mayank, and it has been answered. Yeah. I don't have anything, man. I think most of it is answered by Giri sir's question and Mayank sir's questions. I think mine is sorted. But otherwise, I like the presentation, I like the excitement, the way you guys presented.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. We'll go for the scores now. Dushyanth sir, your scores for the team?
4, I would say.
Okay. Giridhar sir, your scores for the team?
3.5 from my side.
All right. Mayank sir, your scores?
I would go with 3.
3. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We'll go for the audience poll now. Give me a second. Audience, please grab your phone and scan this QR code and cast your votes for the team. You have 20 seconds and your time starts now. All right, time's up. We'll move for the audience poll now. That's it. Thank you, team. All the best for you. Right. So finally, we came to the final phase of the session. So thank you, first of all. Thank you, jury members, and thank you, audience, and thank you, presenters. Right. Before we announce the winner, I request jury members to accept our certificate of appreciation. All right. So So we'll start with the we'll start with the jury's feedbacks and experiences now. So we appreciate your time and presence in this platform and insightful feedback that has been provided. I think it's been a great learning takeaways, and the cohort and the people who presented today will be having a great learning curve as well. So before we wrap this session. I want every jury, which is Giridhar sir, Mayank sir, and Dushyanth sir, to share your experience and share your final thoughts for today's session. We'll start with Mayank sir.
Yeah, thanks, Maharaj. And I think a great session, not only like kind of one way conversation, but a learning for us as well. So to everyone, I will just want to leave everyone with the thought that it's not the presentation we are doing for ourselves. Always while validating the solution or a product or the problem, just use two metrics to think through rather than investing time in wasting or time you're in validating different frameworks. The first is, will it bring value to the user? Second is, will it bring value to the company? And the next set of action automatically folds that, what persona to put, what actions to take, what are the problems do we need to fit for. So just stick to these two frameworks and rest will automatically happen. And invest and spend more time with the problem rather than jumping into the solution and the options or pricing, etc. So spend time with the problem, follow the two frameworks. Will it will it bring value to the user? Second, third, will it bring value to the customers? So once you thorough with these three things, I think whatever you're meant to solve, you will just fly. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Dushyanth sir, you want to go next?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to, thank everyone here, Maharajan and everyone whoever conducted this complete skillathon. Apart from that, I would say that, the presentation had everything, right? So it had, the user stories and the complete PDLC cycle, right? How it goes from 0 to 1. But most of you guys are like, it's like a bookish knowledge, right? You just need to present something and you're doing that. If you can just focus on one thing, that if my idea is solving a certain problem or not, right? If it's solving a pain point of a customer, then definitely, you can go to the solution. But to work backwards from problem to the solution, not from solution to problem, right? So if you have that thing, yeah, I think that's my 2 cents for you guys. To be a great product manager, you need to always, do your user discovery, and you have to start from your pain point, and how do I solve it? If I'm actually solving something for a user, then at least, yeah, then there's a validation. Then it's good to build the product, or else it's just wasting your energy and time and resource and everything. That's what I would say. And also, I would recommend one book that I keep reading. Okay, it's the Lean Product Playbook. Is it visible now?
It's kind of getting blurred, Dushyanth.
Yeah, okay. It's called as the
So
Lean
maybe you
Product
can
Playbook.
put it on the comment section for our
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just posted that. So
thank
I
you.
I mean, I read this as my Bible for product management, right? So I've been reading every now and then. Like whenever I have a few doubts, I just go through this book. So the author is Dan Olson. Just go through that book. It's a brilliant book about product management. If you can go through that, I think you're there to be great product managers. That's it from my end, man. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, Giridhar, sir.
Thank you. I mean, I would say from what I've seen where India was and where it is today, I do believe platforms like IPL or certification programs is helping us move up the value chain, not just delivery where we started. The whole of business, which is like product management, I consider it's a great step. And you are the budding product managers, and you made this choice to choose a different line other than what you guys are up uh, to get into the techno business kind of a role. So this is a great leveler. I know many of you would have considered this as a part of your mid-career crisis. You don't know what next. You're plateaued at a particular stage. But when you make this attempt, this platform gives you or gave you at least, I'm sure you're towards the end of your program, it has given you enough ammunition, but you just need to persist and convert yourself into or move into that role. So you have to create those opportunities for yourself. Make sure you get there. Whether you become an entrepreneur or not would be the secondary part, which I wish many of you will become. But getting into formal product management role is something great for you, for yourself, for the entire India software community, where the number of quality product managers is so less, and we are still considered a cost center, which irritates me to the core when people talk about we come to India because of cost, but we have to show value. So as a PM, I would request each of you, to wear when you wear a PM hat, always focus on value and outcome and a plan to get there. Don't ever start with technology or solutions because they will eventually, they're the outcome of the problem that you identify. So what is that value that you want to create, an outcome that you would want to see? So as a PM, three things I would focus on: be very humble. The moment you think you know everything, and you're actually on the downward path, right? So be humble. There is always something new to learn. Somebody, be it a customer, a user, a data entry operator, now it'll help you solve the problem. Right? Be very inquisitive. That will help you at least keep the curiosity in you. The moment you start questioning why, and that itself will reveal a lot of problems underneath, right? And to be a successful product manager, I would suggest each of you to look at building stronger domain and the market knowledge, because you'll understand customer pain points, but you need to have a stronger understanding of market and domain. You do this, you'll be great product managers, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. That's a wonderful thought and thing. Thank you. So first, okay, we'll go and announce the winners now. Okay. Any guesses, audience? If you have any guesses, please put it on the chat window. Okay. By the way, audience, the Skillathon winner will get the voucher of 1,000 rupees, and the winner is Ashish. Congratulations, Ashish. Very good work. Yeah, please share your
Good job,
thoughts.
everyone. Good job, Ashish.
Yeah, please share your thoughts. Please share your. Please go ahead.
Yeah, no, definitely. As always, Skillathon is a good experience, and thank you, Giridhar sir, Mayank sir, and Dushyanth sir. The feedback actually helped me think what are the avenues which we didn't think while creating this project. Right, it gave us new avenues to explore when we are actually expanding this out further. So yeah, definitely a good experience, and thanks, Yuri. Thanks for your inputs.
Thank you, Ashish, and congratulations to all the other team members. You did really well, and some people came very close, but it was point 0.5 difference. Ashish won the skillthon. And thank you, audience, for your questions on the comment section. It was a very good and it was a very exciting session. And thank you again, juries. It was a high level feedback, and it was a great learning curve. With this, we'll wrap this session. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a happy weekend. Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
everyone.
much. Thank you.
Thanks everyone so much.